So this is a demo of the ICS RCS server functionality. It's not all of the server functionality, but what we will cover today will be a basic one-to-one chat, a group chat, file transfer, geolocation push, vCard or business card push, and standalone pager mode, which is roughly the equivalent of SMS. So what we're looking at here are 3 different devices. We have, on the very left, we have Bob. Then in the middle, we have Carl. And then on the right, we have Samsung. So what I'll be doing is initiating these chat sessions from with the RCS functionality. Typically, I'll initiate it from Bob to either Carl or Sam, or to both at the same time, depending on the situation, on the scenario. So the first one is going to be the one-to-one chat. So we'll have Bob initiate a chat over to Carl. And I'm selecting Carl, and I'm just going to say, hello, Carl. And when I hit send, what's going to happen on Carl's device, which is the middle device, there'll be along the top bar here, there's going to be an indication that a chat has just arrived. And I'll drag down and select that and then bring Carl into the chat. So I'll go ahead and do the send right now. You can see the new chat invitation has indication has shown up. So I'll go ahead and select that. And then Bob is going to, or Carl's going to respond back to Bob. And you'll notice on Bob's device, it indicates that Carl is typing. So I'll go ahead and hit send there. And you'll notice that the Bob is typing indication is showing up on Carl's device when Bob is typing. And you'll also notice that the delivered and read indicators are starting to change from yellow to green. And that's true for both devices. So this is really the one-to-one chat scenario, which I'm just going to end that at this point. The next scenario that we're going to do is the group chat. So we'll have Bob initiate a group chat over to Carl and Sam, and they'll all chat for a little bit, and we'll see the same as typing indications, and we'll see some delivery and read indications on there, or delivered and read indications. And then after a while, we'll have Bob drop out, and then Carl can, and then Sam and Bob can continue to chat. So let me get this started. So I'm going to invite Sam and Carl, and I'm just going to give this a name. It doesn't really mean anything on this particular client here, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a name, and then we'll start the chat. And we see the indication has come, or the invitation has arrived on both devices. So I'll accept on each device to get them into the chat. And over on Bob's device, you can see that we have these additional indications in the group chat that Sam and Carl are now both connected. So we'll have Carl respond back, say hi Bob, and then you can see that hi Bob has shown up on Bob's device and on Sam's device. So we'll just have Sam reply back to everyone just saying, "Hi guys." And just a quick question from Bob over to the other guys. Real interesting chat they have going on here. You'll notice that as I type, I'm just going to type a little bit here. You'll see Samsung is shown on both devices, and then when Sam actually hits send, you'll see that the delivered in red indicators, now there's a number 2 beside it for both the delivered and the read. Really what that means is that he knows that now Sam knows that his message, all F's, was received and read, or at least displayed on both of the devices. So at this point, I'm just going to have Carl drop out of the chat. So he is now out of the chat, and you'll notice that on both Bob's and Sam's devices, now we see that Sam is connected and Carl is disconnected. And then on Sam's device, we see that Carl is disconnected and Bob is still connected. So we can have them continue to chat. So Bob and Sam can continue to chat. And then we'll actually have Sam go ahead and leave. And this effectively ends the group chat. Okay, so the next scenario that we're going to do is going to be a file transfer, and we'll actually transfer a picture from Bob's image gallery taken from his camera, and he'll send that over to Carl's device. So on this particular client, which is actually the internal ICS built demo client, going to try to send this to Carl's device, to Sam's device, and let's see what happens there. Okay, so we see that the invitation has arrived over on Sam's device, so we're going to go ahead and select that, and this time you'll notice it does say a new file transfer invitation. We'll go ahead and accept it. This particular file is about a little bit over 1.5 meg, so you can see the progress indicator on both devices. That was a little bit quick. It was kind of hard to tell, but you could see that the file was being sent up to the originator and received at the recipient at the same time. And then once the recipient received it, the client displayed the actual image. So at this point, that's it for the file transfer. One thing I will mention, though, is file transfer is also supported while you're on a one-to-one chat session. So as long as the client supports it, gives you the menu options, you can actually be engaged on a chat, and then you can also share a picture while on that chat. And it comes across as a regular file transfer also in that case. At this point, I'm just going to move on to the next one, which is going to be the geolocation push. This is a client error that shows up here. As we saw, the actual file transfer itself was successful. This time what we'll do is we'll share current location. So Bob is going to share his current location with Samsung. And this latitude and longitude here is really the last time that this particular device or Bob's device was positioned. So I'm just going to go ahead and use that as a default, and that's going to show up as the ICS lab here in Arlington Heights. So we'll go ahead and share that. You'll see the new file transfer invitation has come in. We'll go ahead and accept that. And this time the map has popped up. And this is actually being displayed in Google Maps. So Bob's position has been pushed over to Sam's device and then displayed on Sam's device. And since this is Google Maps, you can pretty much do any kind of zooming around that you want. You can see here that we're located currently Route 53 and Dundee Road, just a little bit south of that intersection here in the ICS lab. Okay, so that concludes the geolocation push. Outside of a chat session, I'm going to do a geolocation push inside of a chat session, and this scenario is going to be a little bit different in that Bob is going to propose a location at which he and Sam will meet, and then he's going to give, and then Sam is actually going to be able to get driving directions from where he currently is to the meeting place. So let's go ahead and start a new chat with Sam. So of course Sam's going to accept Bob's invitation. And just respond back. And then Bob is going to suggest that they meet at a park, and now he's going to actually push the selected meeting location. So we'll go ahead and select from map this time. And right at the bottom of the screen here, kind of a little bit off to the center, right center, we're going to meet at the Frontier Park in Arlington Heights. So I'm going to select that. I'm just pressing my finger on the client itself, and you can see that the little bubble has popped up here. So that location is now selected, and we'll go ahead and send that selected location, and you can see that the address has displayed on both devices, both Bob and Sam's device, and Sam is just going to click on that or press on that with his finger, and then we'll get Sam's current location, which is the triangle here up in blue, and then the proposed meeting location, which is labeled A. And then since Google Maps does have this feature to get directions, we'll go ahead and use that. And we're just going to stick with automobile directions, although you could ask for public transportation, bicycle, or walking. We'll stick with automobile. And now we'll see the actual directions from Sam's current location down to the park. So this was the geolocation push inside of a chat session. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that or close that out. On both devices here. And now what we're going to try here is we're going to try to send a vCard push over to Bob, or from Bob to Carl. We're going to jump out here to the home page and open the contact list or the contacts on Bob's device. You can see that currently there is no Sarah listed in here. So what we're going to actually have is Bob is going to share from his contact book the V card or the business card, if you will, from his contact list. So if we look at Sarah here, we selected Sarah, and we're going to just say that we're going to select the mobile phone, but actually what will happen is all three of these numbers are going to be sent over to Bob's device, so, or over to Carl's device. So we now have Sarah's V card and Carl as the recipient, so go ahead and share that. We get the indication that a new file transfer has come in. So that is going to be this particular invitation right here, and we see that we have a choice of putting that into the phone book or into the Google. We'll pick phone in this case so that it shows up in the contact list. On the top here you can see an indication that the V card is being imported. That has completed. So let's jump out here back to Carl's contacts, and we now see Sarah is listed in the contact list, or shown in the contact list. So selecting there, we can see the three phone numbers have actually been propagated from Bob's device over to Carl. Okay, so that's the end of the V card. So what we're going to do now is the last test case that we're going to run is from the RCS standalone messaging. They have two different types of messaging. They have pager mode messaging and large message mode, which are roughly the RCS equivalent of SMS and MMS respectively. What we're going to show you here today is just going to be pager mode. So this is the equivalent, roughly the equivalent of SMS. So we'll actually have Bob send over to Carl. Actually, we're going to use Sam for this. We'll have Bob send over to Sam a pager mode standalone message. This is a pager mode message, which is similar to SMS. So we'll go ahead and hit send. Again, we should see the invitation show up on Sam's device like we did for the other test cases. So we see an indication that a new standalone pager mode message has arrived, and we'll go ahead and select that, and we can see that on the device we have this is a pager mode message, which is similar to SMS, has now shown up and is displayed on Bob's device, or on Sam's device. And that concludes the demo. So thank you very much for listening in, and enjoy your day. Bye.